What to do? What to do? Hello, hello, hello. Greetings, salutations. What it to do? What it to do? What it to do? I'm not dead. No. Do you ever start a live stream and then realize right as you press start broadcast that you have to take a massive shit, that you've got a shit on deck that's like, you know, in about an hour it's going to be a 5 alarm shit? That ever happened to you? Anybody ever go through that? Is it just me? Yeah, like 5 alarms, like fucking call the National Guard and get the neighbors and have them start sandbagging their fucking front doors because this is gonna be a mess. Suck you for $5, dude. I'm not that cheap. Come on. Hoping DFF will amass a great gallery of villains. Yeah, I gotta agree. I can't believe I have to wait till next fucking year for the new podcast. I know it's gonna be tough. Do you think you haven't killed yourself because your parents are still alive? I don't think that has factored into it. No. Damn, $10. I mean, now you're getting into like street hooker territory, so at least you're like in the ballpark. But I'm pretty sure I give a better than $10 blowjob. So, do your neighbors know what you guys do as a job? Yeah, we walked around to all of our neighbors when we moved into the neighborhood and shook their hands and told them exactly what it is that we do, so that they would know all of our personal business. Everyone always asks what it do, but nobody ever asks how it do. That's true. That is true. Yeah, dude. 2017 drawing to a close. For some of you, it might already be over, depending on where you are in the world. Here in Louisiana, we've got 10 more hours or 9 more hours or so of 2017 to suffer through. 2017 was shit. I mean, I wouldn't say it was shit, to be honestly. I just want a handy and for you to stick the tip in as I pass down to you my blue balled cummies. Jesus Christ, man. Thank you for the donation. And fuck you for the nightmares that I'm going to have about some weird guy from the chat raping me. I mean, was 2017 abysmal though? It was a crazy fucking year. A lot of ups and downs and moving and insanity in my life, but I wouldn't say it was abysmal. Come on, man. Have you seen Symmetry Man? No. Symmetry Man. What are you going to do at 12:01 a.m. 1/1/2018? I'm going to try and bust a nut in my girlfriend, dude. I'm going to try and time the nut right for the stroke of midnight. The last stroke is the stroke of midnight. Fine, take my 50 shekels, but at least just kiss me. All right, fair enough. Blow him a kiss. All right. There you go. There you go. Hope you caught it. Got some good footage of you, Paul. Oh, yeah? Some secret footage. That got much too wet. Really? It wasn't that wet. It was just squeaky. The vape was a nice touch. Yeah, there you go. What was your best moment of 2017? I don't know, man. I think winning the Wheel of Torture was pretty fucking cool. Um, that the prize money from that was what made it possible for me to leave Texas and make a stab at being on the podcast full time in person. That was last year, was it? Well, maybe it was for you. Gimp Monk. Oh my god, dude! I'll never forget Gimp Monk. I'll never forget it, dude. It was 2016. Well, shit. Maybe 2017 did suck then. That made my life. I don't want to die anymore. Well, there you go. Now you don't have to die anymore, my friend. Hey, Paul, I've already made a Facebook group for the upcoming podcast. I've got high hopes for you guys and want to support you for years to come. Cool, man. Thank you. You got in a relationship, you got 2 jobs, working for some YouTubers you enjoy watching, but you also got broken up with and had your favorite podcast. Yeah, here's hoping 2018. I don't know, dude. I don't think 2017 was a terrible year. I don't think it was a fucking electrifyingly great year, but you know, some laughs were had. That's really how you got to judge it. You know, laughing is really the only break we get. So, if you had some laughs in 2017, then it can't have been all bad. Be spending your night setting it up so RoboCop shoots that dude in the dick just as the clock hits midnight. Cool. I mean, I think everybody kind of like feels the need to exaggerate how bad the last year was on New Year's Eve. And, like, yeah, dude, there were some bad times in 2017. There were some rough patches, some seemingly insurmountable obstacles and some crazy bullshit and some changes. And once again, lots of fucking moving but whatever. What are you gonna do? What was good in 2017? I mean, God bless our president Donald Trump for making America great again. I mean, are we gonna set that aside? Are we gonna set aside that 2017 was the year that Donald Trump made America great again? 2017 was all right. I met my girlfriend, soon to be life partner. We got engaged. Cool, man. See, some good shit got sprinkled around in 2017. I mean, look, dude, job numbers are up, unemployment is down, the stock market is just breaking basically a record every day. Our military is strong again. Donald Trump has taken multiple trips around the world to meet the leaders of the world to ensure that the respect that America demands as a nation is intact again, and he's established that with candor and professionalism at every stop. I don't really see what the problem is, guys. Tell the truth about Trump. He's probably the biggest national embarrassment to ever come out of the United States. His orange fucking aura will stain every third grade president's throughout the ages chart from here until the end of this horrifyingly failed experiment of a country. Is that okay? Is that closer to the truth? Kids for fucking generations are going to point at those fucking charts on the wall of their second grade classes and go, "What the fuck is that? What are all these?" Exaggeration is funny. Now tell the truth about aliens. Uh, aliens, insofar as aliens that have visited the planet Earth do not exist. They are a fantasy made up by mostly sad and bored people who desperately want something magical to happen in their lives and want to be a part of that and want to have a chance to touch that. And so they oftentimes delude themselves into thinking that something that was easily explainable as something else was in fact an alien encounter, so that they can walk around and feel that there was specialness in their life at some point. Just got fired from my job. Happy New Year. Here's $5. Thank you. I'm sorry to hear you got fired, but maybe it was a good thing. What was the worst year? I mean, 2016 was a crazier year than 2017 for me in terms of stress. And I mean, there was a lot of stress in both years, but the stock market boom isn't due to Trump, according to Paul Krugman, this year's winner of the Nobel Prize for for economics. Well, I mean, that's fake news. That's 100% fake news. Wrong. I think they need to remove his Nobel Prize because that's just wrong. And somebody that wins the Nobel Prize should not be wrong and should not be spouting off fake news from the mainstream media. Um, yeah, what does he attribute the boom to? If not Trump, then what? I started talking with the girl I'm with and met her on the DP Discord exactly 1 month before DP ended. Well, good timing. You got in there, you scooped up your piece of ass, and you absconded at the right time. Yep, Trump steaks, dude. All of Wall Street is dining on well done Trump steaks with a big side of ketchup. Favorite Beatles song? Hmm. Hmm. I mean, I don't know, dude. It's kind of hard to pick. Hey Jude is great, but not my favorite. I have a hard time remembering the name of the song that I like. There's a Beatles song that when it comes on, I just have to listen to it every time. Are you working out? Yeah, dude. Totally. Right now. Do you feel weird to know that people have formed relationships through your show? I mean, I formed a relationship through my show, so I don't think it's all that weird at all. Yeah, Paul, what shade would you say your nipples are? Is that how you got the name Peaches? What shade? I don't know. Do you have any New Year's resolution? I have a standing New Year's resolution that I always it always succeeds because I believe that succeeding at a New Year's resolution is more important than the content of that resolution. So my New Year's resolution is and has been for as long as I can remember to not make any New Year's resolutions. So I resolve to not make a New Year's resolution. I will succeed in that. And while everybody else is going, God damn, man, I fucking didn't quite make it to my New Year's resolution goal, I'll be like, I fucking did. I got there. I don't know if maybe you're setting the bar too high or whatever, but I do like broccoli, yes. Can't fail if you don't try. I'm not failing though, I'm succeeding. I'm setting a goal for myself and I'm enforcing that goal upon myself. I'm showing incredible willpower. TJ ruined DP. Admit it. He killed a cult audience show. Yeah, dude. What are you drinking? This is Gatorade. I'm trying to get my electrolytes in and get really good and hydrated because I plan on getting absolutely fucking balled out tonight. It's been a long time since I drank my way through New Year's, so pre-gaming with some Gatorade, man. I asked TJ yesterday, just in a very passing way. I was like, "You want to get drunk for New Year's?" He's like, "Yeah, all right, let's do it." So we're just gonna get drunk. Wee. Monk is gonna be live on New Year's. Poor guy is all alone. That I don't think he's all alone. I think he's probably got family and friends around him. So the only two times I've chipped a tooth were getting drunk on New Year's, two separate times. Well, there you go. I mean, I don't know what to tell you. It's definitely the night to do it. Drunk stream. I mean, it'll probably happen. I'm not gonna lie. It'll probably happen. I'll probably wander out here at some point and have a blubbering breakdown. I plan on getting like weeping drunk, dude. Weepy drunk. And chipping a tooth too. Definitely gonna chip a tooth. Weepy drunk, dude. I don't get floor drunk. I just get weepy. Oh, it's gonna be amazing, dude. It's gonna be a true internet shit show. Gonna watch a local band live and get drunk with friends. Cool, man. Favorite type of liquor is tequila. If I ever have a choice, like especially if you're talking about just like straight up shooting liquor, tequila, man. Tequila. Harvey, quit wangling in here, man. Fucking Harvey Weinstein hitting on people. Should I reserve a DP shirt at this point, or should I wait till we know if more will be sold? That's a great question that I wish I could give you a definitive answer to, but the particulars are being worked out. So, not only did I get fired, I actually am all alone for New Year's. Here's 5 more. Aw. Well, you're not going to be all alone because at some point, like I said, I'm going to wander out here completely wasted off my ass, and we can commiserate together. But I definitely want to get to the weepy drunk point tonight, dude. I want to push it all the way to weepy drunk, which is the last stage before blackout drunk for me.
Or a faggot.
Fuck you, TJ. See?
I don't have a weepy. Well, I guess I do.
Yeah, you do. Dude, I've seen it happen, TJ. Dude, both of us have had weepy drunk moments. It just happens. What are you going to do? You know what I mean? Sometimes alcohol unlocks that fucking emotional key, dude. Fucking it goes right into the lock. Let your feelings come right out. Paul, you said you didn't know why someone would pay $5 for your ass, but you know damn well that someone is going to pay thousands for your dick on Pornhub. Well, my dick is not my ass. So, my dick is worth thousands. My ass is worth $5, if that, you know what I mean, on a good day. It's genetics. What can you do? New Year sucks. I have no family, and my friends live in different states. It's just a reminder of my isolation. Man, a lot of depression in the chat here on New Year's Day, or Eve. New Year's Eve day. If you're all alone on New Year, then just get some, some drugs, and I don't know, pick a great movie and watch that while on drugs. You gotta know how to fill the time. On meth, I mean, I wouldn't recommend it, but if that's your particular drug, then I'm not gonna judge your choice. Quit your bitching, pussies. I've got to fucking work. Yeah, see? Some people are going to be out there fucking with their nose to the grindstone tonight. I'm just going to have a gut full of liquor and malicious intent. Dims is my plans for the new year. Slinging meth is a good job. I don't think so. I think it's probably a pretty bad job. It's like you're working all kinds of chemicals all the time. You're breathing all the fumes and shit. Dude, you could blow up at any second.
Motherfuckers in here said I wasn't a genius, but according to IQ tests, I am.
Dude, IQtest.org. You went over there and took that? And
I haven't taken the full IQ test, but I took Mensa's preliminary test, and they said that I did well enough that I could qualify. Like, they do like their little bullshit test before they give you the official test, and they said I did well enough on that I could take it. So I must be at least approaching the top 1% of IQs. So
wait a minute. That doesn't make any sense, TJ. You took a little preliminary test on the Mensa website, and they told you like, yeah, man, you should definitely take the full test because you could qualify.
Yep.
You don't think everybody got that little message?
No.
I think there's a good chance that you might want to take our test.
I got 15 out of 20 questions correct, so they said that was good enough that I could possibly beat the real test. So. I mean, it was a mini IQ test. I've never actually sat down taking it, but I'll do it.
I wouldn't fucking make that promise because like what's involved in an actual IQ test
I
requires
mean,
that
it's a
you have to go somewhere and have a
yeah.
fucking invigilator walk you
I
through the
I
process and
understand.
shit.
I'm sure there's somewhere around here I can do it.
Like it's a long test. It takes like four and a
4
half
hours,
hours.
yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I'll do it. Fuck.
Have a round of drinks on me,
I
fellas.
hope that
Oh, thank you.
then I can at least know. I can go around and be like, hey, I'm TJ. My IQ is X.
Certified genius.
Yeah, if I qualify, if I'm above average, I can be like, my name is TJ Kirk. I'm of above average intelligence. I've taken an official IQ test.
I've never really cared to take one. I don't need to know what my IQ
If
is.
I'm average, I can be like, hello, my name is TJ Kirk. I am of average intelligence. If I'm below average, I can be like, hello, I'm TJ Kirk, certified dumb fuck. Pleasure to meet you.
I just split the middle and assume average and that's, I'm fine with that.
You average motherfucker.
I'm a middle of the pack IQ guy.
Maybe me and Scotty will take it. We could put a bet on it.
You think he'll think he's gonna beat you?
Yeah, I'm sure we'll both think we're smarter than the other.
That would actually be pretty funny. We could all take it and see who the smartest is. I don't want to take the fucking dude. It's such a fucking pain in the ass. If you think your intelligence is average, it's most likely high. It's called the Dunning-Kruger effect. Wait a minute, isn't that the inverse? Isn't the inverse true?
It's actually both ways.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I thought it was
People
just
who have a belief, people who believe their intelligence is high tend to have lower IQs.
And people
who
that
think they're average or below average.
wow, that's interesting. I always thought it was just one way. I thought it was like people that think that they have high IQs typically have lower IQs.
No, it's both ways.
Cool. You learn something every day. See, that's my average intelligence showing again. I didn't know that shit. I walked around.
You can't base intelligence on.
I walked around till I was 37 thinking the Dunning-Kruger effect was a one-way street. You see?
Now you know otherwise.
Yeah, but I mean,
every day.
how dumb do you have to be to learn that at 37 years old, TJ? Think about it. How painfully fucking average.
On knowledge because
Well, it's more about like spatial awareness and shit.
Yeah, I mean it's based on like problem solving and pattern recognition and things like that.
You probably already addressed this, but will you have to get a normal job now that DP is done? I've had a normal job the whole time, dude. I've been working at a fucking Sonic the entire time I've been doing the show.
Did you bring back that foot-long chili cheese coney like I had?
We're out of hot dogs again. The Houston factory's down. I know.
You fucking son of a...
What do you want me to do, dude? I'm just the dude that cooks the hot dogs. I don't order the goddamn hot dogs.
Every other day, you motherfuckers are out of hot dogs. Who's
Well,
in charge of
fucking,
inventory?
I don't know. Call the fucking 1-800 number and complain. Just, I don't want to hear it.
All right.
I had to hear it from paying customers. I had to hear it from paying customers all fucking day. Oh, can I get a full-on chili cheese coney? I'm sorry, sir. We're currently out of hot dogs right now. What? Like your whole fucking day. Just go on down the street. Just sick of people.
Yeah, man, fucking. But whatever. I'm your friend. You should have saved one for me.
There were none when I got there.
All right, fine.
Am I supposed to do shit out a foot-long chili cheese coney for you?
I mean, if you had that ability, that'd be pretty good.
Oh, I haven't gotten that promotion yet. Maybe in 10 more years of humping away at the fucking grill, I'll get the fucking promotion that lets me shit a chili cheese coney.
That'd be awesome.
Having Starbucks PTSD.
I mean, I think it'd take a while for me to get over the hurdle of it coming out of your ass, but I mean, as long as it was an actual foot-long chili cheese coney,
yeah,
and there was no fecal matter present, or at least no more than usual, I'd be okay with that.
Yeah, dude, maybe I'll get to run the fry basket for a while in about 10 years.
Cool. Keep dreaming that dream, Paul.
No. I have call center PTSD. I get triggered when phones ring in that office tone. Yeah, dude.
Call
Like,
centers, everyone I've ever known at a call center has always said it's like one of the most miserable, soul crushing jobs.
yeah, I mean, in general, working in a front facing customer service position is always bad. Anytime you have to deal directly with customers, you do that for enough years, you're gonna have scars, dude. You're gonna have war stories. But you put it in a call center where the only customers you ever deal with are people that are unsatisfied or having problems, and that just compounds it. So yeah, dude. I worked in a call center in Arizona for about, well, close to 6 months, and it was MCI WorldCom owned it.
Did you ever see that stuff, the stuff that leaked of Milo's editor
No,
going through his book,
and
leaving notes and stuff?
no,
It was brutal. Like his editor was just like totally fucking brutal.
wow.
It was just like this. He told like he just like there was like an entire chapter on Milo's like beauty routine, and the guy's just like, this is nonsense. Cut this unless you want to sound like Patrick Bateman, you fucking weirdo.
I put a mint defoaming cling mask on every morning.
He was like tearing apart the arguments. Like, this argument makes no sense. This statistic is false.
Wow.
There's like notes like, lay off the cucks. Like, enough with this cuck shit. This is great.
I gotta find this.
Just savaged the entire book.
I gotta find this shit.
And it wasn't like some smarmy liberal editor either. It was like a conservative editor who'd edited books for, like, you know, all the big name conservative assholes today.
Yeah. Somebody gave 10 Australian dugongs or whatever they're called over there, and he says, you and TJ chatting last night was funnier than the last 20 episodes of DP. Nice vape, by the way. Thanks, it's new. Ashley and I's friend Krista got me a new vape.
That's awesome.
For Christmas. And yeah, dude, it's definitely a satisfactory vape, dude. And it's all fancy. It's got the like digital readout and shit, battery levels in real time, and
I've got a vape too. I was just waiting for my throat to recover before I did it, because for some reason my throat is like, cigarette smoke, all right. Vape,
yeah.
you will now have a major coughing fit.
I remember when I first started vaping, I coughed a lot, but I don't know. Eventually, I guess you singe off all of the sensitive skin in your throat. And
yeah, well, once my throat thing clears, I'm gonna try to switch more over to that.
But I don't do I think you inhale differently than me.
Probably.
Like, there's two different kinds of smoking, and I'm a direct to lung smoker. And I think that you probably inhale into your mouth and then to your lung.
I just tried the direct to lung thing. Oh my god. Oh god, no. Okay, I'm gonna stick with my way.
Yeah.
I just tried to do it direct to my lungs, and my body was like, hell no. This is not the way you do this, you son of a bitch.
I mean,
see, that's just something I learned, though. There's different ways of inhaling.
yeah.
You know, you learned me something new, Paul.
Damn. What brand do you smoke? I don't smoke anymore, but when I did smoke, I smoked Marlboros of different varieties throughout my career. I started on Reds and smoked those for 5 or 6 years, and then switched to lights. I smoked those for a while, and then they came out with the 27s, Marlboro 27s. I smoked those for a while.
You were always like a Marlboro loyalist.
Yeah, for myself, like I was, like I liked Lucky Strikes. If somebody ever had a pack of Luckies, I liked smoking those, and whatever. But for my personal preferences, it was all
especially
Marlboro.
if you're social, you'll get a pretty good sampling of what everyone else smokes.
Yeah. The grossest cigarettes that I ever were around were Camels. I don't know what it is about Camels. Whatever they do to their fucking tobacco, I just can't fucking hang with it. I had a friend
Pall
that
Mall is
smoked.
probably my least favorite.
I had a friend that smoked Camel Wides, and fuck, man. Oh,
I had a friend that smoked unfiltered Camels.
oh man.
That was undoable for me.
Yeah, I can't hang with that shit. I mean, I've smoked unfiltered tobacco. Like we used to when we were teenagers and shit, and it wasn't simple to get your hands on cigarettes and shit. We'd wake up after partying the night before, having smoked all our fucking stash of cigarettes, of course,
Mm-hmm.
and we'd get butts and empty out what was left in all the butts and roll joints with it.
Yeah, I've done it before.
It's gross, but
It's nasty.
whatever.
If you got that nicotine itch, you need to scratch. You know.
Yeah, I mean it takes care of that business, but it ain't a pretty thing.
There have been a few occasions where I've seen you smoke a cigarette though.
Yeah, I mean it's an occasional thing now.
I wish I could get to that point where I could just do it occasional, like every now and then have a cigarette, but don't, you know,
I mean the only reason I don't smoke is because of this. Like if I didn't have this,
you'd be smoking.
I'd be smoking. So that's just the way it's gonna be.
Well, I still admire your resolve because it's hard, I know, for an ex-smoker to be around someone who smokes.
That gets easier too with time, dude. Honestly, like that's something that's really hard at the beginning because you're still into the. But this has its own set of.
I'm going to the doctor to get I'm gonna get a different Chantix prescription.
Chantix,
It
yeah.
helped me quit before. I just got off it too quick before my urges were
Yeah.
under control. And I started bumming cigarettes from my stepdad.
Yeah, that'll happen.
And then, it just went out of. After I bummed a few from him, I started buying, my own packs. I was just like, I'd buy like his brand. I'd be like, I'll just smoke a couple and give it to him. And then, I'd smoke the whole pack. And then I was like, fuck this. I might as well just smoke my brand. I just started buying my brand again. And I'm like, fuck, I'm back smoking.
Yeah. I've had that cycle happen so many times in my life that it's like fucking
Well,
because like a lot of my friends.
I'm getting better at quitting each time, so hopefully one of these times I'll just get it.
A lot of my friends had this like thing when I'd tell everybody, yeah, I'm quitting smoking, they wouldn't bum cigarettes to me and shit. But me and my friend Waylon always had this unspoken pact that if we were gonna cheat, we would always facilitate each other's cheating because we were always trying to quit smoking and shit. And he'd be quitting, and I'd still have cigarettes, and I'd be over at his house on the porch with a cigarette, and he'd be like, "Dude," I'd be like, "All right, there you go."
It's kind of the same with me and my stepdad because we're both trying to quit all the time, but
You guys have that like,
I'm just gonna have to tell him it has to end though.
yeah, it sucks.
I'm just gonna have to tell him like, look, Steve, don't bum me, don't let me bum a cigarette from you anymore. Because you're the only other person in my life that smokes. So if you're not gonna bum them to me, then I'm pretty much not gonna have that.
Yeah,
So he's trying to quit too. I think he's actually getting on Chantix himself. So maybe that'll work for him.
but me and Waylon ended up getting on like the same cycle of bullshit too. It was just so weird how similar the cycle was because like we would always like we went through these a couple of quit attempts where it was cigars that got us back into it. So it was like, we stopped smoking cigarettes, we'd quit for a few months and feel better and all that shit. And then like, like, hey man, let's get a cigar. And that would just turn into smoking cigarettes within a month.
Oh yeah, that's what got me in the first place.
Cigars.
I was smoking weed, but I would run out of weed, and I'd be like, man, I just miss that feeling of smoking.
Yeah.
And so I'd be like, I don't want to buy cigarettes, but you know what? I'll just get some of these little Black and Milds and shit, and I'll just puff on those. And they're gross, so you don't really smoke them that much. But after a while, your brain compensates for the grossness, and you start smoking like a whole pack of Black and Milds a day, and then you're like, God damn, I might as well just be smoking fucking cigarettes.
Yeah, it's pretty fucking horrible.
And then you're on those.
When I finally quit with this, I was doing Swisher Sweets and smoking, like inhaling those, which is like.
You know who actually got me fucking smoking, though, at first was the fucking Investigator, dude.
Oh, really?
Yeah, like he came and visited, he was smoking Camel Crushes, like the Camels with a little thing you could pop at the end that gives it like a menthol flavor.
Yeah.
So that was my first brand.
Camel Crush.
I started buying those, and eventually Scotty's like, you know, if you're gonna smoke, you should at least smoke real fucking cigarettes. And he's like, just smoke American Spirit because it's like there's no additives and shit. It's just actual tobacco. So I started doing that, and I learned I really like American Spirits because they last longer than a normal cigarette.
Yeah.
They don't burn as quick because they're not full of those chemicals and shit. Plus, there's like 50 million different varieties.
Yep. Dude, did you see fucking G-Time Johnny says that I'm responsible for DP dying, dude?
Really?
Yeah, he tweeted it and he was like, you know, in his very Johnny way, it put it to you and he was like, TJ is trying to avoid public humiliation of a friend, but we all know that it was Paul's ego that caused the downfall of DP. And he's like, I know this because Paul is from Madrid, California, and then he put in quotations actually Madeira. And he says, and people from California are more advanced than anyone on the planet. So that's his reasoning for why.
So you're more advanced,
My machinations just pulled everything down.
Yeah, I could see it.
Yeah.
Hashtag blame Paul.
Yeah, dude. I don't know. I think I pissed G-Time off at some point because he and I were cool the first time he came on the show, but I think I said something about him or something at some point that he overheard that he didn't like. Because at some point he shifted and like started not liking me, and I'm not sure what it was I did. I probably was making fun of him at some point.
Well, we all made fun of him. I don't know. Maybe you said just the wrong thing.
Yeah. Or maybe he didn't like that I was saying that I could understand him, and that I was interpreting. He was like, "No, fuck that guy. He don't get me either. Nobody gets me."
I'm beyond human comprehension. I'm G-Time fucking Johnny. I still have no idea what that fucker's talking about.
Yeah, I don't know either, really. I don't even really know that he knows. He fucks horses, really? I didn't catch that video.
G-Time the horse fucker.
Where would a global capital be? So in a globalist society, where would the capital of that society be? I don't know. We'd have to put it someplace pretty cool. Have to be someplace pretty like grand, you know, that commanded what's a setting like that? I don't know. The Swiss Alps or something. Antarctica, that'd be kind of cool. The global seat of power is right in the dead center of the Antarctic continent. That'd be kind of sweet.
It's a little impractical.
Yeah. That's why I like the Swiss Alps, man. It's just like, you know, those grand views of the big snowy peaks and shit. Like where maybe put it like within view of Yosemite or something. It's got to be something that just commands awe, because if it's, you know, the global capital, it's got to be, you know, the most beautiful shining city on the planet, that with the best views and the best things that this planet has to offer. Constantinople, yeah, dude. They just revive Constantinople. Festus, Missouri, yeah.
Festus.
The majestic manatees of Festus. Big golden manatee statue.
Well, if the Disneyverse future is the one that happens, then it'll probably be Orlando.
Yeah, that's probably true. They already own 90% of the city, so Brett Keane seduced TJ into having sex with him, which Brett secretly recorded. Brett forced TJ to disband DP to prevent the release of the sex tape. Yeah, dude. I mean, out of all of us, you think TJ is going to care about a sex tape getting leaked? Like, he's been there, done that.
Yeah. I mean, if I had sex with Brett Keane, I'd fucking, I wouldn't hide it.
You'd probably beat him to the punch. Publish the video first, dude.
Be like, hey, Dorn, check this out. Bet you never made Brett moan like that, huh?
Listen here, you scumbag, chunky, weasel, dwarf-looking son of a bitch. You killed DP. Admit it or get out. You fat fucking faggot fraud. Fuck you for killing DP. You suck.
We need a heater out here.
Nah, dude. It's nice and cold out here, TJ.
Yeah.
You gotta have somewhere you can go to be cold. Hey, TJ and Paul, do you ever feel like you're addicted to eating, drinking, and breathing? I'm currently making a documentary on the subject and would really love your thoughts. Eating, drinking, and breathing?
I mean, I am pretty addicted to those things.
I mean, can you really say you're addicted to breathing?
Yeah. Try not doing it.
I don't think about doing it when I'm doing it.
Go through withdrawal almost immediately, dude.
Yeah, that's true. Breathing withdrawals are pretty fucking rough.
It's a new drug. All the kids are doing it.
You look like a fat Ben Kenobi. Cool. Most people die from not breathing, yeah. Some people get so addicted that they have to be hooked up to machines to keep them doing it.
It's sickening.
It's disgusting to see breath addicts lined up in the fucking hospitals hooked up to their breathing machines, man. Fuck. What a fucked up world we live in.
They're gross.
End oxygen addiction. Yeah, dude. Fire me into the vacuum of space, man. I'm quitting cold turkey. How are you, gentlemen? All your base are belong to us.
Poor Chauncey. He's lonely.
Dude, Chauncey doesn't get lonely. See, it just shows how much you know Chauncey, dude. He doesn't get lonely.
I think he's lonely.
He prefers the his own company, keeping his own company. Because the living babble incessantly is what he's told me in the past, which I can't argue with that. Recast the latest Star Wars and make Paul the Purple Admiral lady. Cool, dude. I'd take that role. Instead of the purple bitch, just a fat bearded guy.
She shouldn't even have been a character.
Neither should fucking the little Asian girlfriend of Finn either. I mean, there's just so many characters injected. And I hate to say it because the performance was good, but Benicio del Toro's character shouldn't have been a character. They didn't spend enough time with him to develop him enough. And as a result, it was just taking up screen time that could have been spent developing the principal characters, which is sorely fucking needed in the franchise.
The whole subplot with Finn and Rose was pretty much pointless.
It was bad. Didn't make a whole lot of fucking sense.
It's just like, goddamn, we gotta come up with something for Finn to do in this.
It's just like there had to have been more impactful things that Finn could have been doing in the context of that plot than going all the way to the fucking casino planet to fail anyway. It's like, I don't know, dude. I was kind of hoping Finn was going to be developed as I had my own hopes for the series, and I was hoping that he was going to be force sensitive as well and end up being a Jedi as well, and that he and Rey were going to kind of band together but have a falling out. She was going to fall to the dark side, and usurp the whiny bitch that is Kylo Ren and take her place as the Sith mistress, and then fucking you know, Finn was going to be the one that was juxtaposed. That would have been cool.
Didn't happen.
No, Finn's point in the second movie was to fall in love with an Asian bitch that nobody cares about. Sweet. Thanks, Finn. I wanted Finn to have to continue finding his own heroism despite not having the Force. Nah, dude. I wanted Finn to be a Jedi. Finn to be the good Jedi. Rey to be the evil bitch mistress of the Sith. Come on, man. That would have been awesome. Nobody would have expected it. It would have been fucking a classic moment, like the Luke, I am your father" kind of thing. You know, that's one of the things that, like, this movie series has utterly lacked any sense of surprise. You know what I mean? It's all just kind of been. It feels like going through the motions. Like, how do we say goodbye to this character? How do we say goodbye to this character? And that's just a terrible way to build a new trilogy of films. You know, what happened to being surprised by the connections between people, and surprised by the locations and the new characters that are introduced? And, you know, there's none of that anymore. It's all just kind of paint by numbers. I think if she was written better as a better character, Rose wouldn't have been an SJW character. I don't even think she was an SJW character. I mean, maybe like that narrative was pushed a little bit, but I don't think it was to the detriment of the film. I just think it was an unnecessary aside to introduce her character, period. I don't have a problem with the message of the character. I have a problem with her taking up screen time that could have been devoted to way better shit. So let me get this straight, Mr. Ego. DP is ending purely based on the fact that it isn't what TJ imagined it to be, and he wasn't happy with it, and there's no villain in this, neither TJ nor Ben. Yeah.
I mean, you could find a villain if you want.
I mean, yeah. I know people love a villain, so TJ made a video last night where he said if you're looking for one, he's the villain because it was his ultimate decision to do this. So, you know, if you're going to point your fingers. But, you know, I would prefer that people see it as just kind of a natural thing that happens. Collaborations come to an end, shows come to an end, creative differences happen, people go their separate ways. Doesn't mean one person or the other is an asshole. I mean, you know, why not see it that way?
That's how I choose to see it, but other people can see it differently if they want. I can't control other people's perception of shit.
Every new beginning comes from some other beginning's end.
Closing time.
Yep. The moment you agree to embark on a journey with someone, you're agreeing that one day the journey will end as well. Yes, this is true. All journeys come to a close. A lot of memories, though. Yeah, dude. Paul, if you're forced to be locked in a recording studio till you make a decent album by Fantano's standards, what genre would you pick?
A decent album by Fantano standards, just fart into the microphone.
I'll just...
Do 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 do. Brilliant.
10 out of 10.
No, I like Anthony. He's a fun guy. I've always liked him personally. I don't agree with him on music at all. The shit that he likes, I think is dog shit. The shit that I like, he thinks is dog shit. So
Fart into the mic, dude. Brilliant. I was moved. Why did you end the Drunken Peasants podcast before episode 420? You were like 6 away, dude. Like the end, the end was not planned on a certain episode. It was something that happened. Glad DP ended before we got a Bobby came out of the shower moment. Bobby came out of the shower moment.
There was a show where they killed off this character Bobby. I forget what show it was, but they didn't like it, and so a season later they made the previous season a dream.
Oh.
And Bobby's just taking a shower. He's still
Oh,
alive.
Dallas.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. I remember that. Yeah. It was all JR's dream. People hated that. I wasn't watching the show when it happened, but my mom was all into it, and I remember her bitching and moaning about it.
It was a really dumb decision.
It was all just in the head of one of the fucking characters. Like what a fucking ripoff.
There was a show that ended where the entire show had been the dreams of some autistic kid looking into a fucking snow globe.
What?
I forget what show it was.
You guys provided me a ton of laughs and memories. I know it might sound weird, but in a strange way, you guys felt like friends to me. You helped me through a lot of tough times, and I'm grateful. Well, thank you, my friend.
We've heard it. Lots of people have said similar things, and we're gratified by that, for sure.
It's better than Dexter hiding out as a gay lumberjack. I mean, I didn't really.
Where'd you get the gay from?
Yeah, I don't remember that scene. Was he blowing dudes out in the woods?
Dexter does end with Dexter
being a lumberjack.
Yeah, he runs off and becomes a lumberjack, but I don't know where they got gay from.
Yeah.
There wasn't like a bunch of gay porn on his wall or something.
Maybe this person just heard the Monty Python lumberjack song and thinks that all lumberjacks are gay.
Okay.
I cut down trees, I wear high heels, suspenders, and a bra. I wish I'd been a girly, just like my dear mama. I'm a lumberjack and I'm okay. Sleep all night and I work all day. Dexter spoilers. Oh my god, get the fuck out.
It's been over for fucking like 5 years now.
Get the fuck out, dude.
Fine.
Get the fuck out. Vamonos.
That was a weird ending. But you know what? It wasn't what people expected. You gotta give them a little credit for thinking outside the box.
Yeah.
Because lots of people predicted the end of Dexter, and pretty much no one predicted. I think he's gonna fake his own death and become a lumberjack.
Yeah. I don't know, dude.
I don't know. Since I haven't seen Michael C. Hall in much since, maybe they'll bring Dexter back.
I don't know. I liked the first 3 seasons of Dexter, I think, but after that I just lost interest and stopped watching, so.
It was the first 4 seasons that were good.
I don't know.
Season 4 was probably the best.
I don't know about that, dude.
John Lithgow, dude.
The first, oh no, see, that's when I stopped watching. I didn't like him.
Yeah, he was the best fucking one, dude.
I didn't like his character.
Oh man, you crazy.
Fucking
Easily Dexter's coolest adversary.
dude, that was the kind of the great thing about Dexter was that he didn't have a really great adversary. It was a fun look at a dude that was just basically preying on people because he was smarter than them.
Yeah.
That's why I liked the first 3 fucking seasons of it, because yeah, he was
They usually gave him an adversary every season.
right, but he beat them handily because he was better.
Well, whatever.
That like the black detective guy was his adversary in the 2nd season, I think.
First 2 seasons, really. First season was the Ice Truck Killer. Second season was Lila or Layla, or whatever the fuck her name was.
Yeah.
Third season was Miguel Prado. He pretty much sucked.
I don't
Fourth
know.
season was the fucking Trinity Killer.
I mean, it might have
And
just.
I don't remember. I'm spottier after that because it got way worse. They changed writing staffs. The quality of the show went down pretty bad. There was still some cool moments here and there, but I don't know. The show ultimately got too far away from what the heart of the show was, which was watching Dexter stalk and kill people.
Yeah. Yep.
Like by the last season, I think Dexter only has like 2 kills. It's like, man,
That sucks.
aren't you supposed to be a serial killer? What are you doing? Get to work, you lazy fuck.
Yeah, I usually don't finish TV shows that I start. So it's just kind of I end up just losing interest at some point and moving on.
I usually finish.
Paul, can you give me spoilers to your life? Yeah. One day you're gonna die. You're just gonna cease living. Spoiler alert. Sorry.
Spoiler. Maybe the singularity will save you. You now have the option to download your consciousness into a Matrix-like dream realm.
That'd be cool. As long as I've got the option to pull the plug if I want at any moment, you know what I mean? When I can just say, you know what,
Sure.
I'm done with this shit. I just want to obliviate me. Does TJ depress you, Paul? No.
Shouldn't it be the other way around?
Yeah, TJ's my friend.
Paul's the more depressing of us anyway.
That's true.
Like, if anything, Paul should depress me.
Mm-hmm.
He doesn't, though.
I missed a super chat. No, I didn't. It says I gave that guy life spoilers, so TJ, if you could instantly become a master of any musical instrument without having to work for it, what instrument would you choose?
Violin.
Violin.
Yep.
I just picked the piano, man.
The piano is the most versatile, so it'd probably be my second choice, but I think violins are really versatile too. I like that I could do the classical violin thing, but I could also just like saw it a different way and make it into a fiddle.
Dun, 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 dun.
I just like those scenes of like Sherlock Holmes or something. He's struggling with a case and he just kind of collapses into a chair and starts playing some somber melody. You know, that seems very relaxing.
Yeah, it'd be cool. I wouldn't turn down instant violin skills, but I think I'd pick the piano.
Well, it is an insanely versatile instrument. You can do a lot of things with the piano.
I think if I could play the piano, I could use I could just like write songs on the fly.
I actually do have a violin coming, so
Oh yeah, you gonna pick it up?
I'm gonna try. I've always wanted to play an instrument, so
Cool.
plus I think maybe learning to play violin will help me with my deteriorating sense of patience.
You feel like you're getting more
used-
impatient?
Oh yeah, I used to have a way more patient mind than I do now. So I feel like trying to master a very difficult instrument.
What kind of things that you used to be patient with in the past are you less patient with now?
Like I used to be able to sit down and read a fucking book,
Mm-hmm.
and now it's like I'm just too antsy. Like it's like, God damn it, all this other stuff I want to do. Da, 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 da.
Do you think that has anything to do with the internet?
Probably. That's why I want something in my life that I'm engaged with that's a little slower. Like even my like I love to play Tetris, but like Tetris is a game of like trying to think as quickly as possible and make a bunch of split-second decisions in a row, like, oh, this, this.
Yeah.
So it's like everything is geared towards like, think quick, think fast. There's something to be said for thinking slowly and.
Yeah, you got to have something calming to do.
And I don't know, I feel like I have enough of a desire to be able to play the violin that it'll be something that maybe will represent that for me. Even if I don't get really like super good at it or anything, even if I could just play it on a competent level, I think it would help my patience.
Yeah. That's cool.
Plus it'd be cool to just be able to bust out a violin and play something. My first benchmark goal is I'd like to be able to play the Legend of Zelda theme on it.
Dun, dun, doo, 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 doo. Doo, 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 doo. Cool. You have to give us a concert, dude.
I've seen some people playing on YouTube with violins, and it's pretty cool. I bought a beginner violin. If I get good enough at that, I'm thinking I'm going to switch to electric.
Cool.
Get like a badass electric violin. Once I have the skill level to,
Justify it.
But like, everywhere I've read, everything I've read about it says, it takes like a year to even show real progress with it. So, and like 5 years to master it.
Yeah. That's cool. I've noticed that in the last couple of years, my attention span seems to have changed, and I think it's my phone that's done it. Like, I didn't get on the fucking smartphone train until I moved to Texas. That's when I really started to use it all the time for shit. And now it's not just the phone, but I feel like, now I'm way more apt to just sit down and let YouTube autoplay a bunch of junk.
Maybe you should try to find a hobby that requires patience.
Yeah. I just don't know what I would, what that would be.
Soap carving.
God, I'm not dexterous enough to do anything. I can't get into building things, or I just don't have that. I'm not a dexterous person.
Aw.
Dinor.
A little bow in his head.
What a pretty guy.
Yeah.
Mwah.
It's the manliest bow I have.
What a pretty boy.
Manly bow. What a manly bow. You a tough guy, Dinor?
He looks so damn cute. Sorry for crucifying your dog.
Yeah, he was
it's
so
okay.
manly before.
Yeah.
Doesn't he look adorable?
What a little man. You want to show everybody your bow? Come here. Show everybody how pretty you are. Yes.
Whoa.
Whoa.
Going backwards. Sneezing.
Yeah, he's reverse sneezing. Please don't puke on me.
Aw. He's just so excited to see you.
All right, you okay? You got all the sneezes out? You got all the sneezes out, buddy? Wow, you're beautiful. Look at you. Heard you were both fans of Aeon Flux, so I assume you both know about Liquid Television. The show was first aired on. Would any of you watch a television show like that if it was still on? Yes.
Yeah, I would watch if they brought back Liquid Television or something similar.
Dude, Liquid TV was so cool. It's my favorite fucking thing to watch when it was on. It was just always, not everything on it was great, but it was just so cool as like a animated variety show.
Yeah, and you saw those weird little animated shorts and shit.
And people have tried to do, other things in a similar vein with these different kind of animated shorts and stuff. Robot Chicken is one of them.
Well, Robot Chicken is very different because that's all
Claymation, but I mean it's still the same kind of
well,
idea.
it's like it's stop motion, but it's like it's all under the guise of a single
one
directorial
right.
fucking perspective and shit. And it's all written by the same people, and it all has the same sensibilities behind. Liquid Television was like, you know, most of that shit was like obviously just like college animators' fucking theses and shit.
So I like that movie, The ABCs of Death, that we watched. Did you watch that with us?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, the quality was up and down based on who was doing it, but
yeah, it was kind of cool
it was
to
cool
see.
to see different perspectives and all these different artists doing their own contribution. You know, and some were really awesome and some were shit, and most were kind of in the middle. I didn't see the whole thing though, and I never saw the first one. I saw like half of the second one. But...
I went back and watched the first one after seeing the second one, and it was cool. I just liked the idea, and Liquid TV was my first kind of exposure to that, so it was great.
Yeah, I'd love to see something like that again. I loved the Max on MTV back in the day.
Yeah.
I watched that whole series.
I mean, Beavis and Butthead started on Liquid TV.
With Frog Baseball.
Yep. So
wasn't their best stuff.
But Aeon Flux was always one of my favorites. I always looked forward to the next.
It was cool how she died in every episode.
Yeah. It was just, you know, there was no real narrative through the episodes. You know,
even when they gave it its own series and gave it longer, you know, run times and shit, it didn't. There was no narrative consistency. They pretty much reset the universe every time, and she would still die on occasion.
Yeah.
She didn't die in every episode like she did on Liquid TV, but
yeah, the Max was cool too. You're right. There was a lot of times you'd only see just one thing from one person, you know. Like it'd just be a one-off kind of animation.
You ever seen the Max, Chelsea? That's a cool little show. It only lasted one season, but also kind of ends on a cliffhanger, so you don't get any resolution, anything.
That sucks.
I thought I heard they were doing a movie of the Max.
I've heard of various projects to resurrect it over the years, but nothing's ever come to fruition.
Whoa. Okay. Whatever you say, bud. Just gonna curl up there. You're not a cat, but whatever. Go fishing with TJ? Why?
I'll go fishing. You want to go fishing, Paul?
Sure. Why not? I haven't been fishing in a long time.
Neither have I. So neither of us knows what the fuck we're doing. As far as I could tell, though, when I was a kid, fishing basically consists of throwing a line out in the water and drinking.
Yeah.
And then maybe you catch a fish.
That's the part that I'm worried about, though. Because what do you do with a fish once you've got it? You know what I mean?
I guess you fucking gut it or whatever.
That's the part I don't want to do. So I just want to do like...
We'll just catch and release, dude.
But that's the problem, though, because sometimes that fucking hook is all the way in their stomach.
Yeah.
Like, what are you going to do? You just cut the fucking hook off and throw the fish back in to suffer for the rest of his life?
We know plenty of people that would gut your fish.
Yeah,
we live in Louisiana.
Yeah, we used to take it over to Mom and Steve's house. Steve will do it.
Taylor would do it.
Oh, yeah, Taylor could do it.
Taylor loves skinning things.
Yeah. She's a fucking crazy bitch. So you fucking get her to do it.
I don't know, dude. I just don't want to hurt any fish, dude.
Dude, Paul, don't be a pussy. Let's go fucking fish.
I'm a pussy, dude. I can't help it.
You live in Louisiana. Let's go fishing. We're both too big of pussies to hunt, so let's fish.
Set the hook before it swallows it. I mean, That's what a skilled fisherman would do, but I ain't a fucking skilled fisherman, know what I mean?
Don't worry, y'all. I'm gonna make Paul go fishing.
Go noodling? No, thank you.
You act like we're even gonna catch anything anyway.
Dude, we'll catch some shit. We'll catch some shit, dude. If you go fishing in the right place with some bait and shit, you're gonna catch some shit.
We'll just ask him where's the plot. What spot are we least likely to catch fish, and we'll just go fishing there.
Dude, when I was a little kid, I was in that Indian guide shit. And every year they had a camp out that all the Indian tribes would go to and shit. And there were competitions. I won the fucking fishing competition one year with a little fucking Snoopy fishing pole because I was little. And all I did was, when my dad was out there actually fishing, and I had this little toy Snoopy fishing pole, and I would just drop a fucking night crawler straight down off the boat. And I just let it go all the way to the bottom, and some big monster fucking bass was down there, and I landed this giant fucking bass on a little Snoopy pole. Like, you're gonna catch some shit, dude. That's the thing. You gotta know what you're gonna do with the shit that you catch.
We'll bring it back to Taylor, and she'll.
What do you do with it in the end? Like, so then it just suffocates? We just pull it out of the water and it suffocates till we take it to Taylor?
Yeah.
That's fucked up.
Well, stab it then.
Stab it?
Yeah.
I don't want to stab a fish. It didn't do nothing to me.
You already stabbed its mouth.
I'm not gonna eat it. So either we do take it to Taylor. I'm not a fish dude.
Well.
We're going fishing, Paul.
They said you put it in a bucket of water.
Put it in a bucket. Then release it. Yeah, I'm just gonna release the fish. But I'm just afraid that, like, if I do catch one, it's gonna be one that's like, the fucking hook is coming out its asshole. And I'm like, okay, well, I guess if that was the case, I could just cut the line on the other end and pull the line out through its asshole and release it. I just, I don't want to release some poor fish back into the water with a fucking hook in it.
I mean, I don't understand throwing it back because you already hurt it.
I mean, like, if you just hook a fish through the mouth or whatever, there are fish that have been caught like 90 times and they're fine. You know what I mean? But, like, yeah, if it, like, swallows the hook and shit and then you fucking set the hook, it's gonna die eventually from that.
Yeah.
But, like, most times you hook it through its mouth skin and it's like getting a piercing or something for us, Like, you pull the hook out, you throw it back, and eventually that heals over, and it's like it never happened to the fish. And fish have tiny little fucking primitive brains, so it's not like it remembers. The next day, it's like it never happened,
It's okay to eat fish because they don't have any feelings.
Something in the way. The upcoming podcast group on Facebook has almost 100 members already. People seem to be pumped, guys. Let's celebrate with porn and drugs. Cool.
Neat. I don't even know what it's called.
DFF, dude. DFF. That's what it's called. When I was a kid, I saw some kids beating fish with baseball bats on the lake shore, and they just left a litter of fish corpses in the sand. Yeah.
That sucks.
It's pretty fucked up. I can't judge the kids though, because I did that fucked up thing with frogs one time. So
Yeah, me and all my fucking childhood friends went frog hunting before, which basically just consisted of going and finding frogs and stomping on them.
yeah,
I would go find frogs, but I would keep them in buckets and just like poke them for a while and then let them out.
there was this like pond.
Who gave this to me?
I did. It was at Chelsea. There's this pond in the backyard of my best friend growing up, and we found it was like full of like little tadpoles and baby frogs one time. And we just scooped like handfuls of tiny little baby frogs and tadpoles in various stages of turning into baby frogs, and like threw them in a hole and buried them.
Whoa.
And I have a very clear memory of doing it. I know it happened. I've talked to the dude since then, and he remembers doing it. I don't remember why I did it.
Little kids are fucked up.
Merciless killer. Here you go, Paul. Look how cute your dog is.
I know.
Sorry, I'm always talking about how cute that dog is.
I love how he, like, we're sitting here talking about everything else, but you say your dog and he looks up. Like, he
Yeah.
just knows.
He knows he's the dog.
You're the dog. You're the doggo.
Now I understand all the hate for Pepe. Yeah, maybe. Maybe that's why I hate the meme so much. Maybe I had something against frogs. That's the scary thing, is like maybe I knew something about frogs that I don't know anymore. Maybe I knew that they were plotting something or something. Say, like, maybe only children can hear in their croaks the plans to fucking take over the universe, you know? Like, I don't remember, like, why would I bury a bunch of frogs in a hole?
It's just like, suffer and die.
Yeah.
Frog.
Yeah, it's like, why? You know, because I didn't grow up, I was soft as a kid. Like, I was in 4-H, and it was like a huge revelation to me that they killed the pigs. And the year after that, they wanted to involve me in all the actual slaughtering and shit. Because that's what they do in 4-H. Like, when you're a little kid, you show an animal and you sell it, and they get you introduced to keeping livestock. And then once you're like fucking 12 or 11, they're like, all right, now it's time to show you the other end of this process. And I was fucking horrified, dude. I cried all the way home to my dad. I was like 11 years old. We went to a fucking 4-H thing with a bunch of kids, and I watched a dude kill a pig, put it up, shave it, which was the weirdest. All the while, it's just like bleeding out. It's just the grossest fucking shit. And I was just like, I can't do this. I don't want to do this. I don't want to be a part of this. I don't want to, like. And it was just like, yeah, just like from you saw the pig walking around, and people were talking about it like it wasn't even a living thing. It's like, all right, that there is the hog that we're gonna butcher today. The hog, the hog, the hog. And I'm like, wait, you know what I mean? Like, yeah, it's a hog, but I mean, fuck, look at it. It's running around just sniffing the air and shit. It don't even know. It's fucked up. And then the dude that feeds it, so it walks over, thinking it's getting food. The dude that feeds it takes a gun into the pen, and instead of food this time, it's a gun.
Damn.
What a way to go. I don't know, dude.
Just call Dynor. Hey, Dynor, come here.
Yeah. Bang.
Boom.
Yeah.
You're dead.
Exactly like that, too. That's, like, it's fucked up. Then I had to watch this fucking weirdo shave the pig as it's hanging upside down, shave all the pig bristle off of it. So then it's this weird naked corpse. And then, he gutted it. I mean, it's just the fucking worst thing I ever fucking watched in my entire life. I was like, I don't, like as soon as I got in the car with my dad, I started bawling. I was like, I can't do that. I don't ever want to do that again. And to his credit, he didn't make me do it. He was like, all right, you don't have to be in 4-H. It's no big deal. But whatever.
Yeah, I never saw shit like that in 4-H.
Some boys just ain't got the nerve. One of them queers with feelings.
Like 4-H is like it's like an adjunct organization of FFA, which is Future Farmers of America. And those are the ones that are really trying to groom kids into farmers and shit. But, like, once you get a certain age in 4-H, you start having crossover shit with FFA. And, like, that's what that was. It was, like, a chance to see the whole butchering process and shit.
Crazy. What are you doing, Dad?
That's how they weed out the weak ones. Boy ain't got no stomach for killing.
Yeah. Come on over here, watch me hang up this hog, boy. Watch me fucking eviscerate this hog, boy. Come on now. It's time in your life that you need to see that fucking horror. Come on now. Just like weird. And that's how it was treated too. It was like a rite of passage thing. I was like, man, I don't want to go through the passage. No, thank you.
Not interested in this passage, actually.
So that's why, that's why it's weird to me that at some point as a child I buried a bunch of frogs, because like I have a whole lot of empathy for animals. I have more empathy for animals than human beings at most points. But at some point I was like, hey, little baby frogs, time to fucking die in a dark fucking hole, not knowing what the fuck happened. It's like, whatever.
You're a son of a bitch, Paul.
Did you ever kill any animals as a child?
It's just a pig, Paul.
Well, I mean,
Oh.
I did put salt in a snail once, but I immediately felt bad afterwards.
I did this.
Saw some kids do it.
I did the salty snail thing a few times as a kid. I'm not gonna lie. I dumped some fucking salt on
I
snails.
was really curious, and I was like, oh god. Oh god.
It was one of those things that your parents were always up for allowing you to do because nobody wants snails eating their fucking garden and shit. So anybody that wants,
Way to die.
I know it's
You
horrible.
just watch it
I
like
think my
melt.
grandma
Yeah,
said that
yeah,
was
it's
good.
horrible.
God.
It really is
I think I
horrible.
took the hose to it afterwards. I was like trying to wash it off.
Aw.
But the chemical reaction is crazy to watch. Like they just turn into a bunch of foam and shit. And like your parents groom you to not care about them. Like, at least where I grew up, everybody had a garden, like a vegetable garden, and like flower garden out in front, even if it's a little flower box, and nobody wanted snails. So it's just like
I used to like to go to anthills and like poke them with sticks and shit and destroy their little structures.
I used to do that too.
There were like toads in my backyard.
I was like, hey, fuck you, ants.
I remember at my school there was a game that we'd play because there was like a soccer field that we could go run in, and in the springtime there was a lot of little dandelion flowers and a lot of bees. And we had this fucking game where it was like who could kill, you know, like we would stomp the bee and fucking like pick it up and pull its wings off, and like it was pretty fucking horrible.
No, I did think I poked like a dead cat that got ran over once
But it's already
with a stick.
dead.
Yeah, I didn't kill it. It was already dead, but it was poking at it.
You know what, Paul? That did remind me. I used to take fireflies. I would catch them and take a stick and rip their glowy part off their ass and like wave it around in the air.
See?
It would still glow like for a while. So I had like a glow stick,
Wow.
which was pretty terrible. So all right, I found something.
We probably started the bee collapse, dude.
Yeah, it was
That
pretty
game
bad.
is still being played, and it spread from our little elementary school to the whole world, and that's why the fucking bees are dying.
Bees with the pool skimmer a lot, but they were just like, they were all
Fuck
over the place.
bees,
Yeah,
dude.
fuck bees.
Fuck
Yes.
bees.
If they're like by you.
Nah, dude, bees are necessary, man. A bee is not looking to sting nobody.
My great grandma like had flowers all around the fucking pool,
Yeah.
and we'd swim out there all summer, and there'd just be bees and wasps like everywhere.
The wasps I get, because wasps are fucking assholes.
Yeah, fuck them.
But bees, like, they're
It
just
was
trying to get a
mostly
drink.
wasps.
They ain't looking
It was
for
mostly
you.
wasps, but there were some bees too.
I mean, wasps are the same. Wasps are just trying to get a drink, but a wasp will just see you and just go into
Sure, let
sting
them
your
drink the
ass
chlorine
mode.
water, whatever.
No, I think wasps literally go around with a directive of like, be a piece of shit.
Yep. Who can I fucking sting today? Let's go. I'm getting a little thirsty looking for something to sting. There's a bunch of people in the pool. 2 for 1. Ah!
You know, the crazy thing is though, I never got stung.
Well, the thing is too, is
ever.
like a bee, you know, like if it stings
many
you, it
years out there.
dies.
Yeah, bee has to consider the fucking consequences of its
He's
sting.
like, all right, I can sting this motherfucker, but I'm dead afterwards.
Yeah, so is my sting gonna bring this fucking behemoth down? Probably not. So I'm probably not gonna sting him unless he fucks with me.
Not even if you pretty much have to fuck with the colony.
Dude, you have to. If you grab a bee in your hand, it'll sting you.
Sure.
But you've got to go that far with it. I mean, most bee stings happen because a bee lands on you innocuously, and people go, ah, and they hit it, and then fucking, ah, fuck you! You know? Like wasp stings, that shit'll just happen. You'll just be sitting there and fucking, ah! You know, like you're not even near their nest.
Wasps just
Yeah,
like,
they were in our fucking bedroom.
Yeah, you guys had a fucking hornet nest in the
I
chimney.
just would like step out of bed and it like stung the bottom of my foot.
Fuck,
Like,
dude. No, no!
As soon as I woke up.
I'm so glad none of those ever stung me. Because I'd
Yeah,
be
I
so
got
pissed.
stung 3 times.
That just shows I'm more careful. Because I'm a bigger target and everything.
Oh my God. You're so cute.
There was one in our laundry that stung you.
Yeah.
Oh, you're so cute. Oh, you're so cute.
Just hide him in the basket.
He didn't just sting you once.
He stung me like 5 times.
Before you even knew you
Yeah,
been stung.
I was like, how? What the fuck? And
He was
when
just
I
like,
saw it, in there, I was like,
Fuck, dude. What a piece of shit.
I know.
What a total bunch of fucking. See, we got to get rid of some of these animals. People are all about preserving species, and I just think we need to be more selective with which ones we're knocking off, dude.
My vote's mosquitoes.
Yeah, get rid of fucking mosquitoes right off the top.
Absolutely.
Right off the
Scientists
top.
there's actually ethical debates going on right now about whether it'd be ethical to exterminate mosquitoes because they actually know how to do it.
Then they should.
I'm just like, fuck this debate. Do
How
it.
about cockroaches?
I don't know. Cockroaches might be some kind of part of the ecosystem.
Oh, I mean,
I
mosquitoes
feel
are
like
a big
there's
part of the
so many-
ecosystem in some
There's
places.
so many bugs that are exactly like cockroaches, like I don't know, like beetles or something.
Well, they said
like,
that.
I don't know. Can we just get rid of the roaches? Keep the beetles? I don't know.
Roaches are beetles, though.
Yeah, well, they're in the same.
Cockroaches have been around longer than like any other animal.
But the thing is, mosquitoes actually are not a vital part of any ecosystem on Earth. Like, you could remove them from anything, the system would be fine. At least as far as we could tell. There might be some sort of underlying thing.
I mean, they're a huge part of the biomass, and shit's eating them. So I don't know how much. Like, there are probably whole fucking ecosystems that depend on the cycle of the mosquito.
As far as I know, there aren't.
Oh.
Spiders can die in town.
'Cause
Well, good then.
The
Just
scientists
if
were
that's
basically-
true.
The scientists were basically saying, like, as far as we could tell, these are not necessary. Like, they said, it's like the hubris of man. We don't know for sure.
Right.
But as far as we could tell, these motherfuckers could go extinct, and it really wouldn't be a big deal because nothing relies so much on them as a food source that they wouldn't be able to survive otherwise.
Well, then fuck them. So why are we even debating it
They
then?
just all they do is spread disease and
Yes.
drain blood.
And annoy the fuck out of everything around them, constantly. Like, why are we still living with them?
Kill them. But yeah, they have a plan to make them infertile. It's kind of brilliant because what happens is it's not that it makes them immediately infertile, it's that it makes their offspring infertile. So you basically saturate an entire generation with this chemical or whatever. They go and pass it around,
Right.
but all the offspring they produce are
Look,
infertile.
dude,
Well, wait a minute.
mosquitoes kill 429,000 people a year with malaria alone. Like, can we just keep them?
That is a good point. Okay, I can see Ashley's perspective.
Like, honestly?
No.
Kill them.
The skeeters. Wait, I don't understand the plan though. So what they're gonna do is they're gonna take this chemical or whatever it is.
I think it's like some sort of gene manipulation.
Oh, so they're gonna genetically engineer an entire flock of mosquitoes that are going to go out and propagate with other mosquitoes.
Yeah, I think it's something like the females are fertile, but the males aren't, or something.
Oh.
I forget exactly the logistics of how it works.
I'm just wondering how they're gonna spread it to every mosquito on the planet because
Well,
they're so
like,
fucking.
It was some sort of ingenious mechanism whereby it could spread, but it would ultimately kill them.
The genophage
I
for
don't-
mosquitoes, yeah.
I don't remember exactly how the fucking thing works because it's been about 2 or 3 years since I read the article, but
I'm kind of interested to.
I can go find it again.
Yeah. I'm kind of interested to see it just to read about what's going on. Maybe I'll just look into it because maybe something else has been written about it since then.
I'm sure.
Oh, I don't know. I'm reading some article, and there's like only really 2 species of mosquito that carry things like malaria and yellow fever and Zika. So you wouldn't even have to kill all the mosquitoes. You could just kill those species.
Yeah, but they're still annoying.
Just kill them all.
I get bit.
No
so
mosquitoes.
It's
No
so itchy.
mosquitoes. No mosquitoes. Kill
Okay,
'em.
mosquitoes act as a key food source for fish,
Nope.
birds, lizards,
Fuck
frogs,
'em.
and bats and
No.
other animals.
They'll be fine.
Yet no species relies solely on them.
Yep.
as
See,
they
they'll be
found
fine.
out In 2010.
They'll be fine.
Other insects could flourish in their place.
Yep. Other insects will take the place. Fuck mosquitoes. Kill them all.
Let's do it.
They'll be fine. Replace them with dragonflies or something that's,
Mosquito pollination isn't critical to any plants humans rely on.
I was driving Dinor nuts by winking at him. He hates it. Hey, Dinor.
He's like doing it back at you.
Yeah, he did it to
Don't
me.
you love his bow?
Whoa, he does it, dude. If you
Yeah.
wink at him, he winks back.
Crazy.
Wink.
Do it again or no?
He's like, why is everybody looking at me?
He's just like, is this like an invitation?
He knows. Did you know if your dog winks at you, that means they like you?
There's okay. Well, hold on.
Dino likes pretty much everybody.
Whatever insect rises up to replace mosquitoes could prove to be equally or more undesirable from a public health viewpoint.
Gross.
Yeah.
Well,
So, like, getting rid of mosquitoes could cause some other bug to go into hyper mode and become the new mosquito.
We're the new mosquito wasps.
Yeah.
I mean,
We drain your blood, then we sting you.
it concludes that inevitably the absence of mosquitoes would shift our ecosystems, but how drastic or long-lasting would they be? And nobody.
Let's roll them dice.
Yeah.
Well, if what she was saying was true earlier, that it's only a couple of species, then let's go with the species eradication method then. Because the ones that are fucking with us are those species. A common fucking mosquito or whatever the fuck. Get rid of it. Let the weird specialized mosquitoes that aren't anywhere, give them some time, and if they fucking invade, kill them too.
Only one species can carry malaria, and the other one carries yellow fever.
Kill them both.
There's only two.
Well, there you go.
Kill them.
Get rid of those at least.
Okay.
And all right, so yeah, the ecosystem's real dependent on cockroaches. So let's just get rid of like the German roach then. Let all the other ones stay around, but the German roach gotta go.
No more German roaches. Nazi roach.
And then we get the baby frogs and start digging the holes. You will say at the end of this, it was not me. I was told to dig the holes. But deep in your heart, you will know that you enjoyed digging those holes. You enjoyed throwing the frogs down the drain. Dude, I'm the frog Führer, dude.
The frog Führer. I like it.
Wasquito. Yeah.
Oh no.
Wasquito.
That'd be a pretty cool movie. Wasquito,
Sounds
dude.
so scary.
One of those cheesy sci-fi originals.
I've been plagued by both of those things since we've moved here.
Wasquito. Tim Allen Keto. Maybe we can get Tim Allen to star in it. He'll be the leading man. He'll see a cloud of wasquitos and he'll go, "Ah!" Oh no.
We'll throw some Jesus in there
Yeah.
for him,
Yeah, because
Give
he's a
it a
big
sign
Christian
on.
now.
Yeah, we'll be like, look, it's got a powerful religious
Yeah,
message.
the final scene takes place inside a big Catholic church, and you use a big cross to ward off the giant cloud of wasquitos, and then blinding light comes into the church and vaporizes them all. He'd be like, "Oh yeah, I'll do it. Okay, Jesus. Okay."
I love your Tim Allen impression. The only movie of his I can tolerate is Galaxy Quest. So
Does he go in Galaxy Quest
I
at all?
really think he keeps that shit to a minimum.
Really? There's no grunting?
I'm sure there's at least some. I don't want to promise that there's none.
We should watch it.
Yeah.
We should watch it and
We should
see
do
if,
the grunt count.
yeah, because I'll need it for my thing anyway.
I think it's probably his most tolerable movie that I can think of.
I just want to see if he's doing his fucking shtick in it, or if he was
Have you
like
seen the
serious.
movie
And
before?
I've seen it, but it's been so long since I saw it
It's
that I can't really remember
It's
it.
pretty fucking good.
Yeah,
I feel like it is anyway.
there was another movie that came out around the same time that I was way more into, and it's probably a way worse movie. That fucking Mom and Dad Save the World.
Oh, that's a piece of shit.
Oh my god, dude.
I liked it as a kid, so
I fucking loved it as a kid, dude.
I mean,
I watched it over and over.
I
And
feel like
over.
if we watched that, we would have the stay tuned effect.
You think?
Yeah, you know, we're like, man, yeah, that was a cool movie. And then we watch it, we're like,
Oh, yeah, you're probably
this is
right.
not as good
'Cause
as
it-
I recall.
I feel like that Stay Tuned was around that same time too. So
Yeah,
it's
remember
like
that? We were like both like, yeah, dude, stay tuned. And we
Stay
talked it up.
tuned.
That was a cool ass you know.
Yeah, we watched it.
And we're like, huh. Okay.
Like maybe one or two laughs landed in the entire movie, and the rest of it was just like weird '90s referential humor that none of us got anymore. We're just like, oh,
it's like, okay. Well, you know, at least it worked in its time.
yeah, it was great once.
Pretty bad on revisiting. But whatever. Live and learn. The concept is still cool.
Yeah.
But I guess a movie like that has to date itself since it's supposed to be like, you know, this is all about television.
I just remember Mom and Dad Save the World being just over the top ridiculous.
Oh, it is. It's like just totally.
Like it's just like every performance is absolutely over the top hammy. Every fucking thing in it is over the top gaudy and weird on purpose. You know, I don't know. I remember liking it because of that.
Huh?
Paul has the gold version of my now defunct vape. Yeah, dude. Golden. The golden vape. It actually has a thing that goes with it too, but I don't know. My tank holds
with the
more.
golden vape. You get a hairbrush.
And if you smell a cloud of bubblicious grape, then you might find a man with the golden vape. Best. Will your new podcast finally have the segment, dude? I want it, but you know, I'm always going to be pulling for the segment creatively. Whether or not it will be picked up, you know, that's a collaborative decision. So, but just know, those of you out there, those proud few, because there are just a few of you that want this, that are with me, that want the segment. So, I'm desperate for it.
It's all Paul wants in life.
I mean, I'd be willing to go like totally fucking crazy and just do the new podcast with just our gut characters. Because I was looking at myself in the mirror, and while it might not be as immediately obvious as Segmento is, dude, I got my own face going on, dude. I got googly eyes for nips and like, you know, like just a perpetually surprised mouth, you know what I mean? So we could just do a whole podcast of our gut characters, dude.
That sounds fun. We could at least do a promo for our podcast with our gut characters.
Yeah.
The camera just opens on our torsos and shit.
But we would have to voice each other's gut character,
Yeah.
though. That's the thing. That's what makes it dynamic.
You already voiced Segmentos. So
Yeah, exactly.
I'd have to fucking figure out what if it has cock eyes where it's looking off in different directions.
Yeah, it kind of does, because the nips are kind of...
So I'd probably give it like a dumbass voice.
Just be... So Segmento would be the straight man, and...
Yeah, and the other one would be the kind of more...
Open the door.
I don't know.
The Gut Lord podcast, dude. With Dr. Segmento. But anyway, yes. Those few fans of the segment, I just, you know, whatever. I hope to find a way to weave it in at some point. Paul also has a cock eye, as in an eye for cock. Know what I'm saying? Oh.
Yeah. We got you, buddy. We got
Roasted!
you. Eye for cock. That's some good shit. That's rich.
And he made me read my own roasting, too, man. That's double roasted.
Double roasted Paul, man.
Hashtag Paula Gay, dude.
Hashtag Paula Queer.
Hey, Paul, I wanted to say that I was elated you enjoyed my Keenified Christmas songs. Dude, that was a fun show that we did. I think we did on Christmas Day at some point. And we keenified a bunch of Christmas songs. It was fun stuff. Good shit.
The shit were good.
Well, I'm gonna go plug this in and charge it so it's charged for the inevitable drunken stream later. So see you in a few hours.